Yeah, let's do roasted my alert. Okay, I need another roasted my alert. Maybe 2. Okay, maybe I need a sim pack now. Good thing it's on my mouse key. Yep, keys work here. Jumpity jump. Okay, remember, Nuka-Cola is useful. Nuka-Cherry I can use, because I don't think I use that for anything. Oh, well, that had to happen at some point. Is that possibly better than the one I have? No. Okay, let's try out this new frickin' shotgun I have. I don't like it. I feel like the spread's too well. They're so expendable, you know. Initiate self-destruct. Code 001. Are you gonna nuke all of them? Is that what's gonna happen? Or are they all gonna just be mines? You asshole. You're such an asshole. I hate you. What the fuck is happening? You failed to grasp the full reality of your situation. Do you want to talk now? This entire facility is at my command. For every robot you destroy, 10 more will come. Struggle all you want. There is nothing you can do to stop me. Nothing. Warning. Power generation capacity. I should have fixed my power armor before we started it. Sparks! I'll deal with you myself. Come, my robots, destroy her! We just needed to talk. You absolute dimwit. I see you guys writing a lot of things in chat, and I'm overjoyed, but I just gotta take care of our insane friend. Can you just stop? Can we just talk? I should have just led with we should just talk. I should have thought about the point that this person's insane and isn't gonna like take well in me saying like blah 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 blah. Okay, wait. Ada. I made some mistakes. I hope you cry over your dead robots when I'm done. 82%. What the hell? What the hell? Where did the mines come from? Okay, I'm pretty sure my new shotgun isn't as good as my old shotgun, so we're just gonna use the old shotgun because I like its focused spread more. What the hell is happening? I'm gonna spam all my stim packs, ain't I? You enjoy your shower, Mr. Calculus. Oof the. Oh, that was really close. Oh, you're a chunky fuck, aren't you? Oh man. Critical power failure. Is it imminent? Told you you're gonna cry me a damn rubber and beg for your life. It's imminent. Damn it, Sparks! Throw everything at her! Everything! Sparks! More eyes!
Oh no 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 no! Damn it! I mean, we're doing really well, all things considered. Ada's probably gonna be happy about her freaking revenge, from the looks of it.
Warning. Warning.
Oh, yo.
Power failure in
Oofta.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Some of the corpses are even despawning.
5,
That's how well I'm doing. Let's just pick this up, because I feel like I'm gonna need it if I want to make a robot army of my own, but I don't want to really model this guy, I'm gonna be honest and say.
1.
What's gonna happen? Is there gonna be a kaboom? What's the one? Yep. Amusingly simple? I mean, I don't know if it was amusingly simple, but... simple. Do you want to talk now? Do you want to have a conversation?
I will not rest until I see the Commonwealth free of you.
I'm not a villain. I just want you to hear me out, face to face.
To what end? So you can crush me as you crushed my allies? Besides,
I hate this
do you
dude.
truly think I'd leave the safety of my command center?
Good people, listen. If you were making a grave mistake, you'd want to know the truth.
Very well. I will hear you out. But only for the sake of the Commonwealth.
Thank
Start
fuck.
with me.
Idiot. Dressed like a fucking alien dipshit robot mongering death asshole. I'm sorry, I just... Let me save the Commonwealth with all my robot armies that I don't even program right, and they just kill people that they inform about these things.
Let's discuss this.
I'm even going out of my frickin' power armor. I mean, no, I'm not. I'm just changing my clothes beforehand. Doop doop doop. Boop boop. Screw you, I don't trust you, you piece of shit. It's maybe this is a version of having a talk. I like how you think.
Speak.
Who are you? Don't you think it's time you ditched that mask?
You're right. It's time I faced the true enemy of the Commonwealth.
It was a fail, but he's still doing it? What the hell? I knew it was a chick.
There. Now we both know who we're dealing with.
Hey, I'm not the enemy. I'm the one trying to protect the Commonwealth against your robots.
They have taken innocent lives. My friends, they were simple traitors, all dead at the hands of your robots.
No. That's not true. The robots are programmed to protect. Their subroutines are clean. Observe, evaluate, and react accordingly. The testing was thorough. I ran every scenario. All passed.
They're misinterpreting orders. Your own robo-brain said as much. They're saving people by killing them.
No. I don't believe you. They can't alter their programming. They're programmed to save people, not kill them.
Are you listening to me? They are saving people by killing them.
A deadly misinterpretation.
I am listening. I'm just processing. So many precautions and safeguards. And the data. They were always reporting hostiles killed and lives... saved. No, it's... the logic. It's there. I can see it now. I was hoping it was the robo-brains. An issue with their memory wipes. but you're right. Their primary directive was flawed.
The robo-brains require memory wipes?
Yes, the human brain has a way of rewiring itself. If not properly maintained, it can corrupt.
Is that even ethical? Not only are you using human brains, but you're wiping them too?
Why waste a resource that someone died for? Yes, it's a skewed outlook, but it gives that life meaning. Potentially. Over 200 years in preservation may have made them more susceptible to corruption.
Yeah, their brain, as I was saying the last time we were speaking to that other robot, their brains are probably bipolar and ravenous and fucking psychotic because they've been encased in a thing, and now they also got wiped over and over and over again, thinking they're just AI when they were once human.
Hello?
You shush. You can't speed this along. You shush.
That sounds like a serious flaw. And a dangerous one at that.
It is, but the process is thorough. They're wiped after each mission. I found it's best not to let them recall what they've been through.
Well, your technicality cost a lot of innocent people their lives.
Judging from the numbers in the data dump, if even a small percentage are innocents, I wanted to help the Commonwealth. And robots are all I know. I found this place and figured I could finally do my part.
I kind of feel
I
bad for her
accept
now.
full responsibility. I can't take back what I've done, or even atone for it. But this doesn't have to end in violence.
This only ends with violence now.
Tell me, why the mask? What's with the Mechanist?
I'm not good with people. The Mechanist gave me a way to put myself out there without really being out there at all. But you're kind of keeping me in suspense here. I can turn this around. I just need a chance.
Your plan backfired. If you're telling the truth, this was one costly accident.
It is the truth. I only ever wanted to make the Commonwealth a safer place. I grew up on a settlement. I've seen how good people struggle against raiders and super mutants. I'd never want to be counted among them. Here, take this. It's the password to the mainframe. You can use it to shut down the security protocols. I'd rather this place be in your hands now.
Wow, everyone just trusts me to do whatever the heck they want, or well, can't, or whatever. You know what I mean. Are you gonna be a follower of mine now?
Thank you for understanding.
Well, that was lackluster. What the fuck? Do whatever you want, and what happens to... What are you gonna do? I mean, she has a lifetime of trauma and backfired bullshit to deal with, so... I guess that is what it is. I guess it is what it is.
Make sure you don't leave anything useful behind.
Ada, I'm gonna leave so many things you consider to be useful behind, but it's not even gonna be a joke. Well, that was quite something. I saw some really good questions in the chat, and I'll get to answering them once I'm gonna quickly do whatever I'm gonna do here, just so it's gonna be okay and easy for me to focus on the questions. And I think I'm gonna go off for a break too to get some water, because I'm only drinking my tea with milk and honey, and it's good, but my body does need water. Pro tip, first-hand experience: you cannot replace water with tea. As much as it would be awesome and cool to do so, you cannot. It's still gonna leave you dehydrated. Not as dehydrated, but dehydrated nonetheless. And yeah. I poured in the small glass, all things considered. I really want to talk to you. I really want to talk to you.
Use
Nope.
the password to shut down the security.
Such a senseless waste of perfectly good technology.
I mean, true, Ada. I guess we actually did it. I think even Ada's pitying her. Map updated? What the hell? Why is my map updated? Okay. Look at you, you even changed out of the Mechanist thing. Isabel Cruz, eh?
Hi.
Hey, just one more thing, if you have a minute.
Yeah, she's a follower.
Just a quick thing. Isabel. That's my name. Isabel Cruz. I just wanted to say I'm really happy, thankful that you've let me stick around here. And in order to show you that I'm done with the past, I want you to have this as a sort of promise, I guess. It's the Mechanist suit I made.
Oh my god, that is actually probably something I'm gonna wear. What the damn it. I'm gonna dress like a damn superhero. Wanna be, man. And it gives me charisma and intelligence. How? How? How is this thing charismatic? I feel like this is gonna be my better armor set, isn't it? I feel like it is. Well, guess I'm going from one hero to the other hero. What's with this game and hero outfits, I swear.
You really don't want it anymore.
No. It's part of a past I don't want to dwell on. It's time I move on. There's one more thing. A much bigger thing. There are still robots out there. Lots of them. My communications are down, and I can't call them back. But I can tell you where they are, if you're interested.
Seriously? How many robots are out there?
Quite a few. There's a lot of ground to cover on the Commonwealth, so there's kind of a whole bunch out there.
Actually,
At
I'd
least
like to
she's
trade with you
forthcoming.
guys.
Oh, okay. Maybe later then, right? Here's what I have.
Whoa. She has a lot of stuff. This stuff's super expensive at traders. Stimpaks. You know what? You can keep it. So wait, are you a follower or are you not a follower? I can't tell. Wait, no, she's a trader. Yeah, nah, she is. I thought she was gonna be a follower. Well, no. Okay.
Isabel, are you tracking any more of your rogue bots?
Oh, right. Let me see if I can pick up a signal.
Yes, please.
Give me a minute. Holy smokes, I'm tracking multiple bots. Be careful, okay? Holy smokes. Who says that?
A lot of people from supposedly this day and age-ish time frame line thing. You know what I mean. Anyway, Ada, you want to
What's
talk
up?
about this?
Your return is a relief. I trust the outcome was what you wanted.
Would you be disappointed to hear that I let her live?
I do have conflicting outlooks if that is the case. But I trust your judgment. If she lives, she does so with the guilt of what she's done.
Oh yeah, nah, she's gonna have it eat her like up for the entire life she is gonna live.
I got her to see the truth. She's standing down.
So the Mechanist really was misguided. Did she reveal her motives and reasoning?
She truly wanted to help people. She didn't know what the robo-brains were doing. To her, a life saved was a life saved.
A biological wild card. The unknowns are vast. She had to know the risk she was taking by creating them. Many good people endured suffering and death because of the Mechanist. It's a shame a mind as brilliant as hers allowed such atrocities to be committed.
She's an idiot. She's good at heart. I mean, I'm not gonna justify it by good intentions. That's one of the first lessons you learn in terms of morality or ethics, is good intentions do not pave the way for anything that justifies the means. Like, you have to think through anything and everything, because anything good can be turned against to be evil, regardless of what it is and what capacity. It's just life. That's just how it is. That's us figuring shit out. But she is good at heart, and she is an idiot, but you know, that's sometimes what you say about idiots.
She's good at heart. She made a mistake. A big one. And she'll live with that guilt.
I believe I have a certain understanding when it comes to guilt. While it's not the justice I had hoped for, it will suffice. Still, I now know that the death of my friends has brought about a safer Commonwealth. Had the Mechanist's robots remained unchecked, I'm certain that damage would have been extensive, halting, if not reversing, any progress that has been made here. With this knowledge, I am finally registering feelings of satisfaction and accomplishment. And I have you to thank for it.
This was a toughie. I love Ada. By the end of this, I can tell you I love Ada. Ada's an amazing companion. She's a lovely robot I love. And I hope the Mechanist is actually gonna do something good with all of this and create a better life and world. Yeah, if you were a human brain, wouldn't you start getting pissed off about being fucking here? Look at this. Anyway, common sense. Can you make this work?
In case I haven't said it enough, I really am sorry about this.
Pet, you're gonna have to get over it. Let's go through the conversation wheel.
The suit, the robots. It had to be something.
You wouldn't understand.
You never know until you tell me.
You say that. I just didn't have much in the way of friends while I was growing up. Robots are all I've ever really had. Sparks was my very first creation. My very first real friend.
I'm glad I didn't
the
kill
General
him.
Atomics Factory originally drew me to the Commonwealth. I never expected to also find this entire military base dedicated to robotics. But I did. So I did what I knew best. I built amazing robots and hoped to save the Commonwealth. And I guess you know the rest of that story.
Do you feel like the robots betrayed you?
In a sense. In some cases, I feel like I betrayed myself. I look at everything I did and managed to accomplish, just to screw it all up. I trusted my robots and my ability to program them to do good, and it all blew up in my face. Anyway, I better get back to doing something.
I want to talk to you again.
Hi.
Thanks again for helping me try to make this right.
Yeah, you kind of punched too hard and like too high up and too hard at the same time.
So tell me, why the Mechanist? How'd you come up with that?
It's a little silly. I found the idea, this drawing, at a ransacked caravan. It was like some sort of hero that someone had created. Even made their own posters. I took what I could and decided I wanted to bring that hero to life. It was too late to save that caravan, but becoming the Mechanist was my way of keeping hope alive.
You tried.
At least you tried. It's more than most people do these days.
True. But I think we'd both agree I'd be better off if I never found this place.
I mean, possibly, but out of all the fucked up stories, at least you're gonna make it right, and there's a lot of people that don't make
Hey,
right
be
by
careful
the
out
fucked up
there.
stories they
With
are
some of the
about.
modifications I
or
added,
they came
these
from.
bots can be a little dangerous.
Hardly. Against those scrap bots?
Oh, yeah, right. Well, there's...
Oh, I'm sorry, that probably was a bit insulting because it's your life's work and everything. I mean, they're not bad, it's just, you know, I'm better. It's just, I'm not shitting on them, but I shit on them just now. Just, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. You know, I took your whole robot army. I don't, like, if you couldn't kill me, I don't think your lackeys that are mindless scum are gonna do anything, but yeah, while I'm looting, I do want to talk to her. I do want to continue talking to her. I do also want to answer some questions because I can feel how people are waiting for my response. One of the questions was... Yeah, I know, Ada, shut up. One of the questions I did have is, when did I start streaming? And I think I started streaming back in, like, 2016? I think, I think I first started streaming when I was 18. I was making videos on YouTube way before that. I was making videos on YouTube since I was like... I was trying to do it already with a friend and some of my own personal projects by like the age of 12 and 13. And I really only started putting everything in as it being like a steady hobby recently because I've sorted out my personal life stuff with it, and I've decided that I really want to do it regularly as a hobby. And I've managed to build over the course of the last 2-3 years like a regular viewer base as well, and keep up with it, although it's been personally hard with my schedule, my responsibilities, my busy lifestyle, and the random chaos that is my life. It's finally shifting for the good. I think it's shifting for forever. I probably couldn't
Heads up.
ever try and make it a more regular thing than I am currently right now going into the future, but I've been doing it for years. If anything, I was doing it since I started college when I was 18, so 2016. That would be the time. So how much is that? 8 years? 8 years. I'm not good at math because it's 2:45 a.m. But I've been doing it for a while. Yeah, that was a good
Look
question,
alive.
Sylvie.
How may I be of service?
So yeah, that was one question I did saw while I was fighting in the midst of everything. And I'm not shipping my character with Ada, I just like her as a companion, and I think she's a good personality and a good robot, and I like how she has, like, ethics and morality in mind, and how she's dealing with difficult human situations
I hope those
currently.
robots aren't giving
And-
me too much trouble.
And I like her responses and everything, you know?
You hanging in there?
Not bad, not good. Coming to terms, I suppose.
I guess that's as much as we'll get from her, and hopefully maybe I get some more information about all of this eventually again. Honestly, it kind of seems like something like I'd want to do. Anyway, yeah, calculus showers are
Look
refreshing.
alive.
That's
Let's take a look at what you've
the
got.
point of them, basically, is for them to be refreshing. I believe, but that's my opinion. You know, some people might argue about what showers are about or made for, but I think the property that they should employ is be refreshing. I'm glad you had a good one. I'm going to make a personal pan pizza to stick in the toaster oven. Nice! That sounds really nice, man. That sounds real good. What type of toppings is already a question in chat, which is good because that was what I was thinking about. Also, Sylvie, why did you have that question pop up? That's probably the first time anyone's asked me that. Just pepperoni and mozzarella. This is kind of where you put pizza sauce on a flatbread, so you're actually pretty experienced at streaming. Yeah, I think I've went through all of the creator like bad parts before I got to the good parts, if that makes sense. I've went through trying to do this with people and it never working out already at least 3-4 times. I've tried being a part of a community once. I mean, not once. I'll take in like friend groups as well, and I've tried already being a part of the community friends maybe like 3-4 times to create something in terms of a regular thing, to have a hobby for myself or to just enjoy with them. And it always like started a timer where those people started going away because apparently they weren't gonna be friends that stick around, oddly enough. I've had weird experiences with 1 regular or 2 regular viewers that just like cycled out as well. I've had it where I tried basically really getting into it as a regular thing and it wasn't working for various personal life reasons. This is glitching now. I can't. Oh, it's gonna work anyway. Yeah, where like I tried starting it up and it would just go down, and I tried starting it up and it just went down. I've went through trying different phases of streaming, either video games, or, you know, just chatting. Now I have Tarot under my belt. Tarot has probably been the easiest to stream, but that's because I've had experience on working with people on their mental health since I was a teenager and a kid. I've done it for my own like interest and personal pleasure since I was very young, because I've always had a knack for helping people through difficulties, trauma, and psychology since I was really young. So that was the easiest thing to do. It was tarot. I was very worried about the woo-woo and the directness that I have with it. Like, I don't sugarcoat it, and you know, advising people overseas about shit that I'm not as privy to as when I'm in person seeing their life unfold. Like, that was a bit nervous, like, but then I legitimately just figured out and saw like, oh, I've been doing this all my life, so this is like the easiest thing to do. It's just draining if you do it way too much, or like, you know, cause like I put my heart and soul into helping people. That's just the way I am. And through streaming, like, I've learned, like, oh, you need to pace yourself. Oh, you can't make up ideas. It's better, like, to be natural and, like, free and flowing in it, right? Like, people kind of want to vibe and be with who you are instead of, like, what you're trying to create. There's plenty of people out there trying to create something and being super good and successful in it, but there's not a lot of people who are just, like, you know, like, just being themselves or whatever. So yeah, I went through basically, like, all of these years I went through trying to make it and do it and into just a hobby, and never having it kind of come up as anything, which was really disheartening. And then learning how to not burn out about it and still commit, and then just go through, like, all of these things. It was a lot. It was a lot of practicing and training and whatever, and like, I've always been a good communicator, I've always been entertaining, but I've not really accepted it until I started really pushing into streaming specifically and accepting the point of, like, hey, this is something I'm pretty good at, I can relax about, I can accept and trust, and something that will help me kind of like bring all of that out of me again, because after you go through the life ringer a few times, you kind of get done with anything, whatever it is, right? That kind of is like maybe a huge part of your identity or personality. So I've definitely done like the huge circle of like going through all of the lessons that you get as a content creator in like, yeah, all of the many different facets of it, of like how to be free about it, how to like focus it, how to look to what you want to do in the right way, and how to basically just, yeah, I don't know, accept it, I guess, as well, right? Do it regardless, like, of what was or how it is or what it's going through or whatever. It's kind of weird to me because I've recently, after like accepting the point of like, yeah, I'm gonna like make it a regular thing, and it's probably gonna be a thing that I do for years coming up, is like accepting the point of like, hey, I've done it already for so many years, and I already have so much experience I wouldn't have put down to me having, because of like all the ups and downs that I went through with them. But it's definitely been worth it. I think I'm just being very honest and open about like it in the process of it, because I haven't. This would be probably the first time I'm actually talking and speaking to it and being open and accepting about it. Like, yeah, it's been a huge, weird ride and thing for me, and I legitimately am still flabbergasted by that notion, by that truth. Like, it's insane to me in a way. Because I really didn't really put it together or think about it like that. Like, I didn't think about like, oh shit, I basically went around all of the educational system you'd have for it in terms of life experience and whatever. And I'm glad I can be at this place where it's like, you know, come full circle going forward. So I love knowing how people got started on their journey and why they do what they do. You learn more about people's values and personalities when they explain their why than anything else, and I love the psychology of it. That is really cool. You like helping people. I mean, yeah, I think so too. I'm not doing it for the purpose of it being cool. I mean, I'm doing it because it's like legitimately hardwired in me. It's how I feel about it all. I think the thing that really stuck out to me when I was young was the point that the world is really lacking in kindness and connection and compassion, and that I want to be that one person in my instant environment or close environment that learns how to do it, right? Because even if you have that intent, like, you might have something in your subconscious, right, that makes you act in toxic ways that you need to like figure out and clear, and we're all privy to it, right? And then other times it's like, how do I do it that serves me too, right? Like, you can't just be a giver and never like sustain yourself, never look after yourself. Like, that's just not good for anyone, including like you and other people. But I'm glad I've learned. I'm glad I've learned how to do it, and I'm glad that now it's bleeding over into entertainment. When I was younger, I really wanted to just have the freedom of like expressing myself and having fun with people, legitimately, like having that feeling of when you're just sitting with your friends, relaxing in front of like, I don't know, a TV or a video game, or, you know, how, you know, you have like a co-gaming or co-whatever working situation where everyone's doing their own thing in the house or in the flat in the room, and everyone's just having fun in their own world, but they're together and they can have a conversation or just have that company, right? And like, I've always really wanted that. I wanted a feeling and an experience and environment, not just for myself, but for everyone involved in either my streams or videos, where it's like you feel like you're relaxing in your place at your peace and just enjoying the moment of like not really doing anything, but still having it like feed you somehow. Because and I feel like nowadays it's even more important than ever, and I love finding other people that do like their own thing that has like the same vibe of just like, you know, good high vibes or good heart, where it's kind of like, let's just share the experience, let's just have fun together. Let me just, you know, be myself and then have that inspire other people to be themselves. And just like hang, you know, like we don't really need all of the superficial shit we have around. We don't need all of the fast-paced, like, I don't know, this is for that, and like, and heavy editing and saturation and everything. I think that's like the thing that's ruining a lot of things for us right now, and it's like, how do we get away from it? What do we do? And it keeps like spiraling out, and we don't necessarily know sometimes how to get away from it or how to stop it. It's kind of like it's a process to build up the backbone to be free, right? And then it's also a process of like letting go of those things and knowing like it's alright, it's cool. Yeah, I'm so like, that's why whenever I say I'm thankful and grateful and happy that like all of you guys are around or what have you, or like, hey, welcome in new people, hope you're alright, and like feel free to share and be yourselves and be human and all the rest, is because like I genuinely mean it. Like I appreciate this to that extent, because it's like my little corner of that, if that makes sense. Oh, well, one thing I notice about you is you don't seem to have as much ego as most people. I think that's due to me probably having a lot of internal shit happening that I'm constantly like wanting to be on top of. Might be me being like a really unruly teenager and like having like not necessarily like an out of control ego, but a lot of care and feelings, and that getting the best of me, and me knowing that like, and looking around and knowing that anyone has that, right? Like anyone can go into ego, and anyone can act out of being upset and a bunch of other things like that. Like,
That's the last of them.
I don't know, if I can do better, and if I can like go past that, then I will, you know, and other people that do that inspire me too, and I don't know. I think we all find reprieve in that. You know, even if you do have ego, it's kind of like the inspiration does come from the point of like you admitting that, or changing that, or like, I don't know, sometimes like seeing people's honest transition with that, if it is an issue, comes together. There's yeah. Thank you for the compliment. I have issues sometimes accepting them. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I try. I try a lot, and a lot. You are a humble being. I'm slightly humble. I am slightly humble. I think I'm also like a little bit blushy on us talking all this jazz, you know? I totally get you, Yuta. As soon as I was introduced to spirituality, I knew I wanted to be a healer, and it's my path because I love helping people. It's in my nature, and I've always been that way since forever, and I volunteered a lot when I was younger so other people can feel cared for and valued. Yeah, it goes full circle, right? And just the experience of like shining that and creating that like in the real way that's not ego based, because like when you do it in ego ways, like it goes out of hand. But when you like really have that as a core, not as an idea, it's just a part of you, that's when it really is like, I'm just gonna do it, I don't care. And usually, like, as a healer, you go through a lot of issues and problems and shit and hate and other things until you get to a part or a place in your life where it, like, it's okay, right? Where people are more accepting or know that you're not deceiving them or lying to them or messing them up and whatever. And then also having like that courage, right? Because not everyone responds well even to that. There's so many nuances to it, but after you like go into that and you realize that it's just a part of you, you just, you know, life's never really the same. You, yeah, you see that it's kind of just like, it's a gift that keeps on giving, I guess, is a part of it. But another part of it is like, it's just the freedom and naturally being yourself, right? It's just, I think people, if they didn't have as much trauma and issues in their life as everyone does, we all do, I think everyone would just want to be as good and as positive and as loving and caring and valued as it can be. Because when you're doing that for others, you're doing that for yourself as well as like in the long run, you know, seeing the other side of your value in a way, like, yeah, you can only really do so much good or be only of so much value when you're being a toxic dickhead and ass, when you know you can choose and be better. And you know, when you don't know that, yeah, it's a learning journey. Like you gotta figure out how and where you're being conscious or unconscious. um I like saying that hurt people go hurt people, and healers are just those hurt people that figured out like, oh, let's, you know, invert it. And you legit give every common consideration. You're not in a rush. You'll give it in its due and express your thoughts fully. A lot of patience. I mean, that's a lot of practice. I'm a really impulsive, emotional person at heart. Like, I get stuck in my head if I'm not, you know, just kind of flowing and going and whatever. And then you kind of want that to be refined in some way, right? And even before that, when I was younger, like, I don't know, I felt a lot of pain from people being ignorant as shit, and I just thought, like, I just hope that we all don't do as much of it, right? And I can't tell other people stop being like this or that. Like, they have freedom, they have a choice. All I can do is improve myself and start with myself and hope that is a difference. And I've realized and found out, like, oh my god, if I change, it's such a huge difference. It always is a difference. Like, instead of me trying to control whatever's around me, like, it'd be better if I just accepted that, you know, that'll be what it'll be, but I know better, and I can make the most out of it. You Scorpion, fuck, where the fuck? Oh, you, that wasn't even scary no more. Look at me, I grew up in Fallout. I'm so glad that I have so many like-minded people on Twitch here too in chat. From what I've known and listened to, like, everyone's kind of on the same page, as it were, in so many ways. It's taken me so many years to find like-minded people. It's taken me so many years to find like-minded people, and yeah, after a while, you're kind of like, is that even a thing? Am I just being silly? And it's like, nah. You being yourself and being of a kind heart and choosing to be the best version of yourself is you know, is always a good idea. It's a long-term good idea. It might be a long-term investment that you don't really see right away, but it stacks up infinitely forever. So And yeah, honestly, after a while, you figure out and see that the best offense is love in this world. Like, honestly, anything that's like negative, anything that's harmful, that's, you know, toxic or full of itself, especially when people want to have a reaction from you and they know that like that will matter a lot or it will change a lot. If you change it to what they don't expect, which is kindness and compassion in return, it shifts everything. It really does shift everything. Yeah. I remember I was probably one of the most weirdest freaking kids ever. Like, I didn't know it at the time, but when I was younger, that was definitely the problem to like a lot of people around me. And honestly, now looking back, I can see it more. But I'm so glad that, you know, after thinking like, oh, I'm not necessarily gonna have too many like people to talk this like very spiritual lovey-dovey stuff about like human consciousness and evolution, that, you know, we have the internet and spirituality and all of you amazing lovely people who yeah, kind of have similar experiences. Like from what I've spoken to everyone over here, like everyone's had similar experiences, you know. Everyone's like shared the same bit of pain. Everyone's had the same things pop up and go through and like made those choices and decisions to go forward, be themselves, and choose better, you know, seek it out, try and learn, have the courage to make mistakes in that and still like come out the other end. Yeah. My brain's a bit blushy and shy now as well. I'm kind of like, oh, I didn't expect to talk about all of this. I'm not lying. My brain's like, whoa, wow. Yeah, I don't usually talk about this type of stuff. Possibly because of the supposed humble thing you guys mentioned. Um, maybe not supposed. I don't know. But yeah. Well, I enjoy it for what it is, and I understand if we are not always like this due to stress and whatever. I mean, yeah, we all, I guess, like, we all have the potential for any of it. Um, that is one of my, like, oh shit, no, I want to take it back, please, please. Um, This is not good. This is really not good. This is really not good. Yeah, I guess like I think the reason I'm mentioning it right after like all of the positive stuff, and I could have went into the positive stuff, is because like I try and be my utmost best, but I do worry of like, what if I have a shitty day or a stressful day or something else, or someone really pisses me off on stream, and like, yeah, I don't necessarily react the right way, but then all of us do that. Like, all of us have that potential, right? That's kind of just the way it is. Just the way it is, but all of us have that great potential for any and all of it. That was a worthwhile freaking risk. Oh my god, that didn't work out. That didn't work out. That didn't work out. I did just die. I tried so hard. I tried so hard. I should have taken like drugs for that. I should have taken drugs for that. But it's okay. I was focused on making sense in the brain about whatever I was talking about, and then I remembered I can't make sense and I should try and kill this thing and just focus on that, and then yeah, and
Hey,
then
I'd be
I died. I died. I do need a break, to be fair. And I'm kind of just pushing it. Kind of just pushing it. Also, talking about this type of stuff while playing a freaking shooter like this is slightly challenging. I thought it was gonna be way easier, and it's not.
happy to
It's
help
not.
if I can.
Philosophical topics, depending on what they are, can be slightly challenging. Um, yeah, I want to pee too. Okay, okay. Have you drunk water? I did drink the last bit of water I have in my thing, in my glass. But we're gonna quickly go up the chat and then have a full-on break. See if I missed anything.